This is the MomStar podcast, episode number 4. Let's do this. She's resilient and brave, sharing her hardships of her journey on becoming a mother. She speaks of her infant loss, her DNC due to no heartbeat, her tubal pregnancy, and her depression. It is my honor to introduce Sandra to the MomStar podcast on International Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Day. Hello, thank you for joining us and welcome to the MomStar podcast, Wise We Speak. Today is National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day, and I have Sandra here to share her story. Hello, Sandra. Welcome.
Hi, Elaine. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. Today we're going to talk a little bit about bringing hope, bringing light, bringing some experience to the table, something to share with those who are trying to get pregnant, who feel like giving up, who have lost hope, because you've experienced 4 pregnancies.
Yes.
And you have one daughter who is now 2 years old, right?
Going to be, yes.
Okay. She's going to be 2 years old. Okay.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure that's a ton of fun. She's actually at the perfect stage for a lot of fun right now, right?
Yes, I love it. She's learning how to speak, so yeah, it's fun.
Oh, that's fun. So let's go back to the very first pregnancy that you've experienced.
Okay.
That was back in 2014?
Yes, that's when I got pregnant.
Okay, so you got pregnant in 2014.
Yes.
And you carried how long?
I carried my baby for 23 weeks, so into early 2015.
Okay. So that was approximately 6 months or almost?
Almost 6 months, yes.
Got it. Okay. How was your pregnancy?
For the most part, I had a pretty good pregnancy. I didn't have any nausea, none of the morning sickness or anything like that. Actually, my boyfriend was the one my boyfriend at the time was experiencing everything. And he's the one that told me that I was pregnant.
Really?
Yes.
So you didn't know you were pregnant?
No, not until, of course, I missed my period. But no, he's the one that told me that I was probably pregnant because of his cravings.
So were you trying?
No.
No. Okay. It was a surprise.
Yes.
You did was it monthly visits?
Yeah, it was every 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
So yeah, it was like once a month.
Mm-hmm.
At one point the doctor did mention that he did notice that my cervix was a little funneled. Okay. And he just told me to take it easy, but didn't make it seem like it was something to be alarmed about.
Okay. And that's the term he used, funneled.
Yes, that's the term he used. He said he was concerned that it was a little funneled. It was getting a little thin. Maybe I should take it easy, stay off my feet a bit. And I was in my second trimester when they told me that.
Got it. And you took it easy after that, after he told you, or?
I think so. I mean, I didn't do anything like heavy lifting. I didn't bend down as much. I was really trying to take it easy. And as far as I was concerned, I was doing what I could do to have a really healthy
baby.
Yes.
So tell us what happened on week 23.
So the week prior to that, I had started feeling a little sick. I felt like I was coming down with a cold. But then that cold turned into light cramping, which really bothered me because, I shouldn't be cramping at this point in my pregnancy. And it got so intense that I went to the hospital and they told me that I had an infection.
Okay.
They gave me antibiotics and told me take it easy, take the antibiotics and rest. So I went home and I did that. But the following day, my symptoms got worse. The cramping got worse. So I took myself to the hospital again. And this time I was admitted because I was experiencing preterm labor.
So you woke up in pain.
Yes.
So you took the medication, you went home, you slept through the night.
Yes.
You woke up in pain.
Yes. I woke up in so much pain that I knew something was wrong. And I said I took myself, but I called 911.
Okay.
I couldn't walk. And back then I was staying in a condo, and the condo was on the second level.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't even walk down the stairs. So the paramedics had to carry me down.
So you went into the hospital. Did your doctor arrive?
No. My doctor was actually an OBGYN over at another facility.
Mm-hmm.
At the main hospital, though, I did get seen by a regular OBGYN. And they explained to me that I was having preterm contractions, and they wanted me to take it easy. But unfortunately, there was nothing they could do. If I went into labor, they couldn't stop it. So they just wanted me to take it easy and relax.
So they kept you in the hospital
For, yes, that was on a Friday. Saturday, I felt fine. I felt like I was gonna be okay. They even did they gave me a suppository to stop the contractions.
Okay.
And I thought that helped, and I was really looking forward to going home and enjoying the rest of my pregnancy. And then that Sunday, I woke up again with pain, and I went into labor.
So when the paramedics took you to the hospital, what did they tell you?
They were just asking me what my symptoms were, how far along I was, and what was going on, and I explained everything to them. And they were explaining to me that if you're sick, if something is wrong with you physically, it can cause going into preterm labor. Like, any stress on your body can cause you to go into preterm labor. If you go through, if somebody passes and you get really upset, that can cause you to go into preterm labor. Any stresses on your body or your emotional well-being will affect your baby.
So now you're at the hospital, you go in, they roll you in, you know you're in labor. What are you expecting to happen?
I'm expecting a miracle.
Yeah.
I'm expecting the cramping. I kept calling it cramping because that's how it felt to me, but they were like, no, those were contractions.
Okay.
So I wanted the contractions to stop, and I wanted it to stop. I said, no, this is not going to happen to me. I'm going to be okay, and I'm going to be fine. I'm going to go home and enjoy the rest of my pregnancy.
You were trying to convince yourself?
Yes.
And did the doctor explain to you that you were going to have this baby?
At that point, they told me it was more likely that I would, given the state of my cervix, because at that point, when they checked me, I started dilating. So they told me more than likely I would. My water had not broken yet, so there was a little hope for me, but they were being realistic as well. They're like, if we need you to, then we will have you deliver, because we need to make sure you're okay.
So they were concerned about your well-being.
Yes. Basically, the infection that I had affected the baby, and that was affecting me too. Like, I had a really high fever, and it was just bad all around. I was not well, and staying pregnant would have basically, in their words, cost me my life.
Oh, wow. So can you share your experience of that first loss?
Yes. So the doctor came in, and she told me, okay, you're in labor. You're dilated. I believe I was maybe 5 centimeters at the time. She's like, you're already dilated. We need to make sure that the baby turned, because based on how far along you are, the baby needs to position itself to come out.
Okay.
Otherwise, we need to turn the baby, like go over your belly and like try to turn the baby so that you can try to deliver naturally. And hopefully, there's no complications. But I told her no, keep me pregnant, leave the baby where she's at, and I am leaving it all up to God to decide what's gonna happen. So she was like, no, you're my patient, you need to let me do this. And I said, I don't need to let you do anything. If I don't agree, you don't have to do it. And you can just give me all the paperwork right now that I need to sign, because I'm not gonna let you just make me force me to have a baby that I'm not ready to have. I know what her chances are of making it. It's slim to none. I don't want that for my baby. So you keep me pregnant, and we'll be okay.
Yeah. So you were the stubborn patient that day. Okay.
Yes, I was. She was just she had it with me. I mean, she was trying to do her job, but I wasn't letting her. And then they wanted to give me some Pitocin.
Okay.
I said no, because they wanted to rush everything along based on my symptoms. I had a really high fever. And they're like, your vitals aren't looking good. We need you to deliver. We need you to have this baby. And, she offered, she's like, we'll do a C-section if we have to. If you don't want to go through, it's better that you do it naturally. But I don't want either. And so Hugo got there at some point. I don't remember. Everything's a blur with the people around me telling me stuff. I didn't want to listen to anybody. He was just like really concerned about my well-being. And then when I was talking to him, my water broke. So at that point I had to deliver, because there was no liquid in there for the baby to survive anyway. So I had to deliver.
So you didn't have a choice.
At that point, I didn't have a choice. All my stubbornness and all my fighting the doctor, it didn't matter. It's like I was going to have the baby. And so they did an ultrasound to see if she was positioned. She was. Her head was already down. I was already like 8 centimeters, almost ready to give birth.
How long did you push for?
I pushed less than 15 minutes.
Wow.
I pushed. It felt like an eternity, but I pushed for a few minutes only. Since she was already positioned, the doctor was like, you just have to push. And I was pretending to push.
Okay, so you weren't really pushing.
At one point I was like, she's like, no, you need to push.
Oh, does she know you were not
because
pushing?
she was down there and she's like, you're not pushing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes I am. I'm like, leave my baby alone.
Yeah. Oh.
I was like, no. And she was like, you need to push.
So was that a hard battle? Because in your heart you knew she had to come out, but you also knew when she came out she wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
So do you remember what you were feeling at that time?
I wanted to prolong the moment for as long as possible. I didn't want my pregnancy to end with the loss of my baby. And I knew that was about to happen, and I didn't want to go through that. So I just kept pushing, but not really pushing.
Yeah.
Just so the doctor would stop yelling at me.
Yeah.
And Hugo was just like, babe, just do what the doctor tells you.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, but you don't understand.
Yeah.
He's like, just do what the doctor tells you. And I was like, okay. So then I pushed, I think 3 times.
Wow.
And it took longer for me to fake the push than for
her to actually come out. Okay.
Yeah, because it was just like, okay, Sandra, you're BSing. You need to stop. So once I on the 3rd push, she came out. And she was alive. And then the doctor told me if they saw that she was lively, if they saw she was alert, maybe they could try to save her. But when she came out, she just came out like sleepy, tired. And they're like, we can't, even if we wanted to do anything, we can't, because the machines are so small. I mean, the baby's so small, the machines and the needles and everything, we don't have equipment for her. For her size. She was only a pound. That's what happened with the birth.
So she came out. And did they put her on top of you? Because
first, after they cut the umbilical cord. They rushed her away.
Did Hugo cut the umbilical cord?
They didn't give him the option.
Oh, okay.
Because it was like an emergency. So they rushed her away, and then they brought her back, and I held her for a few minutes. And as I was holding her, she just kept yawning, but her eyes were still shut.
Did she cry at all?
No.
No, okay.
She was just really weak.
Okay.
So I didn't get to hear her cry, and her eyes were still shut, so I didn't get to see her eyes. And I guess while I was holding her, I didn't realize that the placenta had to come out, and I wasn't paying attention. But I guess it wasn't coming out the way it was supposed to. It was coming out in pieces because of my infection. Oh. It tore up my placenta. Yes.
Okay.
So the baby, even if the baby would have stayed in there was nothing new, no nutrients going to the baby, nothing. It was like dissolving.
Yeah.
So they took me to the OR to have a DNC.
Okay.
And so when I came out of that, the baby had passed.
She was awake when you went into the OR?
Yes.
And then when you came out, she had passed?
Yeah.
And did the doctors explain that to you, or who told you?
I asked Hugo, and he was just like, I asked him, where's the baby? And he was like, she didn't make it. So I just started screaming, cussing, crying. And then the nurse was like, you have some family here.
Yeah.
I don't think you should see them right now. And I was like, I don't think that's a good idea either. So the nurse asked my family to leave. And then Hugo and I had our moment with the baby in the recovery room.
They allowed you to stay with the baby while she was...
After she had passed?
After she had passed.
Yeah, they let me hold her for as long as possible. And just let me grieve. But then after a while, Hugo was like, okay, we gotta...
Let her go.
Yeah.
Did they come in and ask you for the baby, or did you guys call in for...
No, they actually left the baby in the room with us.
Oh, wow.
And then they transferred me out of that room because that was a labor and delivery room.
Okay.
So they transferred me out of that room, and they took me to another room, but they left her in there until they took her, I guess, down to the morgue where they... I don't know how it works.
How much longer were you in the hospital?
They released me the following... so the next day I was still there. So 2 days later... this happened on Sunday. On Tuesday, I was released.
Did you just want to be alone?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you want Hugo there with you? Did you feel some sort of comfort with him?
I only wanted him, and I didn't want anybody else but him around. Because I felt like he was the only one that understood what I felt.
Yeah, because you guys have experienced it together.
Exactly.
How did you feel going home? Did you have a nursery? Did you have things already prepared for her?
No, in a way I was lucky because we hadn't even celebrated the baby shower yet. Like, it was still early on in my pregnancy where I hadn't bought anything. And most people were like, oh, do you want to, have you bought anything? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I just didn't feel like buying anything yet,
Yeah.
So,
you didn't get ahead of yourself with the purchases.
No.
Because normally at this stage, a lot of people would have already purchased so many things.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that was a blessing in disguise that you didn't purchase everything?
Yes, not for like the monetary reasons, but just the emotional reasons. Like, if I would have had something that I wanted her to wear, it would have
been harder for you.
Yes, it was already hard going home, not being pregnant anymore. That was tough, and then facing everybody was like even tougher.
You told me earlier that you had felt like a failure after losing her. Can you explain why?
Because being pregnant, you have this thought of, okay, I'm going to take care of myself because taking care of me means taking care of my baby. And if I don't do that, and the whole purpose of being a mom is taking care of your kids. And if you can't do that, then you fail.
You felt.
In my mind.
At that moment, you felt. Got it. So, did you go to some sort of therapy or something to help you grieve?
Yes, I went through a group therapy that was aimed to help me get over my loss by having me hear stories in groups of other losses, which just intensified my feelings of melancholy. So that didn't really work for me.
Okay.
But I did go to a therapist after that, and that helped me deal with my feelings one-on-one.
Okay, so group didn't work for you, but
No.
One-on-one worked for you.
Yes.
Okay. So did the group therapy give you more anxiety?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I thought that we were going to talk about ways of, when you have a thought about how something should be, and it's not that way, it really disappoints you. So that's what it was for me.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be, we were going to uplift each other and talk each other through our worries and our anxieties. And they just talked about their loss, and they wouldn't look at the bright side or at the positive side of what they went through.
Okay.
And it was just bringing me down, hearing their sadness, and their energy. Yeah.
So who recommended the one-on-one therapist for you?
There was actually this social worker that came in after my loss, just to make sure that I was okay. She recommended I do both.
Okay.
See which one I like. I could do both and continue on, or I could focus more on one than the other. And I preferred the one-on-one.
Got it. At this time now, you're at the same facility, or did you leave Kaiser?
I left Kaiser.
Okay.
Because of my experience, I went through a lot of different emotions, a lot of blaming and resentment. And one of the things I did is I stopped going to Kaiser.
Okay.
And I started going to UCLA, which is where I worked at the time.
Okay. And so now you found out you were pregnant while you were at home?
I found out I was pregnant. Yes, I took a test at home. Yes, that's right.
Okay. And you went to the doctor?
Yes, to confirm the pregnancy. And then I scheduled an appointment with a specialist.
Okay.
Because of my history. I learned after my loss with my baby girl that the reason I didn't carry her to full term was because I had what was called an incompetent cervix.
Okay.
So I went to this specialist after I found out I was pregnant again, so that I can, fulfill this pregnancy and have a baby.
Okay. And what happened when you arrived at the specialist?
He did an ultrasound and couldn't find a heartbeat. So my first appointment there with him, he told me the pregnancy was not viable. There was no baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was your emotion?
I almost fainted.
Yeah.
I sat down. He was really concerned about me doing the drive from Santa Monica out to, out here to the valley because of the way I was feeling. But I couldn't. I felt like I was reliving the same emotion that I had gone through a year before.
Yeah, you were touching a wound.
Yes.
Explain what he had told you.
He told me that based on how far along I should be, there should be definitely a heartbeat at that point. I should have been about 10 weeks at that point, and he should have been able to see or hear a heartbeat. He couldn't see either, and then scheduled a follow-up appointment with me the following week. I went back, and same thing. It was the same size. It looks like it started to develop, but it just stopped. It was just there. It was in my uterus, but it just stopped growing. It didn't form into a baby.
What was his plan?
His plan was to let me have a miscarriage. Naturally, he said my body would reject the pregnancy and I should be having a miscarriage at any point at that time. But then the second week after he told me that I wasn't really pregnant, I started having anxiety attacks. So I scheduled a DNC with him to have it taken out.
Is the DNC in and out procedure? Is it like a...
It was an outpatient procedure, yes.
Did you go back to therapy? Or
Yes.
were you already still in therapy?
I was still in therapy, and then when I got pregnant again, my therapist wished me luck.
Okay.
And then she said, if I wanted to continue, like, later on during the pregnancy or after, she was fine with it. Just, let her know.
Because you were on a high.
Yes,
right?
I was really happy.
Yes. So that kind of...
So she was like, okay, I'm going to let you have your time.
Yeah.
If you need me, reschedule. We'll schedule an appointment in the future. But good luck. I hope everything works out for you. So after this happened, I called her back. I was like,
I need
can
you.
I come see you?
Yeah.
And then as soon as I walked in her door, and as soon as she closed the door, she didn't even ask. I just started bawling. And she was like, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
And she just let me cry. She didn't ask any questions.
She knew?
She knew.
Okay.
She knew. I told her receptionist over the phone because they tend to ask, oh, like, what is this about? And then I tell her, like, I gotten pregnant. I wasn't going to see her until after, but I lost this baby, so I really need to see her soon. And they were like, okay, so they scheduled me in because of that.
Okay.
So she knew. And she just let me be, and she just listened to me and let me talk about my feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. You continued seeing her weekly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Now your third pregnancy.
Yes.
Your third pregnancy. You're still seeing her, your therapist.
Yes.
You still have her support.
Yes.
And you get pregnant again.
Yes.
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 And this is how far along from your second pregnancy?
Okay, so my second pregnancy, I had a DNC in March of 2016, and then I found out in July. So this was like 4 months later.
Okay. Okay, 4 months later.
Yes.
You are on vacation, right? I think I heard you say that.
Well,
no.
That's with my baby girl. That's
okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, so 4 months later, you find out you're pregnant.
Yes.
At this time, you're at home again? You took a home pregnancy test?
Yes. I took another test and confirmed I was pregnant. I was like, okay, let me call this specialist again. His name is Dr. Khalil Tabish.
Okay.
He's very well known. So I called to schedule an appointment with him again. So I go back to see him. And this time he can't see my baby.
Okay. Is there a heartbeat?
He doesn't know.
Okay.
He checked my levels and everything shows that I was pregnant.
So your blood work tells you're pregnant.
Yes.
Your urine test tells you're pregnant.
Yes.
But ultrasound
doesn't show anything.
Can't find anything.
No. So his assumption is ectopic, which is where the embryo it sets in the fallopian tube instead of like going all the way into the uterus.
Okay.
So that's his assumption.
Okay.
Because he can't see it and because of the test. So he refers me to another specialist.
Okay.
And when I go to see that doctor, she confirms that yes, it's ectopic. She did a special ultrasound and confirmed that she could see it there.
Got it.
It was in my right fallopian tube.
Wow. So now what's the plan for a situation like this?
So they tell me they don't want it growing any bigger because, of course, it could burst and I could die. So they told me you need to consider taking this medication called methotrexate, which is I guess, given to cancer patients.
Okay.
It's to decrease the size of tumors. So they're treating it like a tumor, basically. So they gave me a shot of it. And then they were checking me like every few days. And it didn't work. The first shot did not work. The pregnancy was still there.
Okay.
It was supposed to release the egg. It will shrink it and, release it. And I was supposed to, miscarry, but that didn't happen. So I went through a second shot of methotrexate. And then they told me if I started feeling any, any contractions, any cramping, to go right back to the hospital. But otherwise, hopefully this shot did the trick.
Okay. And how did this medicine make you feel?
It made me feel nauseous.
Okay.
I didn't realize... I mean, I know that there's hormones and things like that make you feel sick. But I didn't realize medication can make you feel like this sick. It's supposed to help you, but it makes you feel really sick. Well, it did to me. So that second shot, after that, I was driving home from the doctor's offices in Santa Monica, and I was driving home to Santa Clarita.
Okay.
And I had just gotten on the 14 in Santa Clarita, and I started feeling pain. I broke out into a cold sweat.
Oh, wow.
And I live like 2 blocks away from the freeway, so I got off the freeway, went home, told Hugo I'm not feeling well, we need to go back to the hospital.
Yeah.
And he took me back to the hospital that night.
And what happened?
And once I was admitted, they confirmed that my right fallopian tube had burst and I was internally bleeding.
Oh, wow.
So they had to do surgery.
So it was emergency surgery?
Yes.
To remove
my right fallopian tube.
Yes. Wow. So now what are the chances for you to get pregnant again?
Being over 35, 1 fallopian tube, and not ovulating on a regular basis, the chance of me getting pregnant, I forgot the exact number, but they said it was like basically 1 in a million chance of getting pregnant.
Wow.
Based on all these factors. Because, like I said, I didn't ovulate regularly, and you never know which side is going to release the egg. So I only had one way of getting pregnant this time, and it was only through my left side.
Wow. The surgery, was that an outpatient surgery too?
No, that one I had to stay because I was internally bleeding. They had to stop so they removed the right fallopian tube. They had to stop the bleeding. They had to make sure that everything was fine. I don't know what they did. They explained it to me, but I was so groggy that I was like, I don't know what you're telling me right now.
Yeah.
It felt like a dream. So the next day I was released. The day after, I was released and I went back home.
And did you call your therapist?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called her right away. And it's funny because things always happen to me on the weekend. And this time, it happened on a Friday night, Saturday morning, went back home on a Sunday. So I called her Monday.
Okay.
And yeah, I made an appointment with her, talked to her again, and she was just giving me advice.
Yeah. How are you feeling now at this point? I mean, this is your 3rd pregnancy. You've had 3 losses now. And now your chances are slim to none. Can you share some of the things that you've shared in her office space? Do you feel comfortable with doing that?
Yeah, I felt like, of course, I felt guilty. When I was younger, I used to always say, I don't want kids. I don't want kids. I just want to travel, focus on me. And I felt like this was God's way of punishing me for putting that out there. It's like, okay, you don't want kids, I'm not going to give you kids. But being in the relationship that I've been in, I've experienced, 2 bonus kids, and I really wanted to be a mom.
Yeah.
And so I was really resentful about the fact that I wasn't being given that opportunity.
Yeah.
And the people that had that opportunity were taking it for granted.
You felt that way. You felt that way
Yes,
at that time.
I felt that way.
You
yes.
couldn't. You were at your third loss, and
yes, and then you hear people complain about, oh, my kid's driving me crazy, and I was like, man, what I would wish to have a kid drive me crazy.
Yeah.
What I would give for that.
Mm-hmm.
People complain and they don't realize, they're like, oh, when are you gonna have a baby? And it's like, they shouldn't ask such personal questions because they don't know what
you never know what someone has been through.
Yes, exactly. So it was really frustrating. I went through a lot of anger, a lot. That was my most popular feeling. Anger and resentment.
Yeah, because that is a part of grief. And
yes.
That's something that a lot of people don't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
What was your diagnosis when you were going into therapy, when you kept returning?
I was diagnosed with depression.
Okay.
But she was hoping that putting me on medication would help.
Mm-hmm.
So I had always said no, but after this last time I said, you know what, just give me what you got.
After your third loss?
Yes, after my third loss. She put me on medication.
Okay.
Because I was having really negative thoughts and I was very irritable and I didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, you couldn't control your emotions.
No. No. So the medication helped get me back to, not to reality, but get me back to a better place where I was dealing better with my surroundings.
Okay.
Any little thing irked me, and she was like, no, that's not good for your health.
Yeah, it's not. How long were you on the medication for?
I was on the medication for 6-7 months.
Okay.
And then, so all of the remainder of 2016 and part of 2017. And then I just got to a point where I was tired of taking the medication.
Yeah, enough is enough.
Yeah, I was tired of it. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to try it on my own and see what happens. And I tried just living day to day on my own and taking it one day at a time like she suggested. And I said, you know what, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And maybe I need to really focus my energy on my bonus kids right now.
Yeah.
I really need to help my man raise these kids in a loving environment and let them know that, hey, you know what, I'm here for you guys too.
Yeah.
I may not be biologically your mom, but I'm your bonus mom. I'll be here. I'll be here for you guys. So I figured, you know what, just let it go.
So that's what you did. You
let go and let God.
You let go and you let God. So,
yes.
Wow. And what are some of the things that helped you get through it? I mean, I know you have your bonus children and you had your husband.
Yes.
And your family, I'm sure, played a role in your healing?
Yes. Or a big part. My mom has always been spiritual.
Okay.
Very spiritual. She used to be more religious, but now she's just very spiritual. And I asked for her to pray for me.
Okay.
So she and my dad prayed for me one day. He told me that he envisioned me being a mom and he saw me with 2 little girls.
Oh, wow.
So that really gave me hope, and I was like, you know what, I'll wait. If God wants me to have a baby, I will have one, and if he doesn't, then I just have to deal with it. I just have to live life one day at a time.
So there was a lot of healing there.
Yes, a lot of prayer. Prayer really helped me out. I read a lot. I wrote a lot. I would write angry letters all the time, and then of course I would delete them.
Yes.
You never. I wouldn't send them out.
You released them from your body, and that was a lot better than keeping it held in.
Yes, I didn't. I started speaking my mind more in the sense of I didn't care how. Before I used to care about what people thought of me, but at this point I didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
I started just caring about what my loved ones thought of me and how I felt about me. So I just focused on that and didn't worry about becoming a mom anymore.
Yeah. Let's talk about pregnancy number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big surprise.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
I mean, because now your chances are slim to none.
Mm-hmm.
And you finally came to a healing point where you were like, okay, I'm going to come back to life.
Yeah.
Are you still seeing your therapist at this time?
Yes.
Okay, you're still seeing your therapist. You're feeling better. You're off your medication.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what happens?
So I said, you know what? Let me lose weight. I want to lose weight and feel good again, because in my first pregnancy, I took advantage and gained 30 pounds in 5 months.
That's an easy thing to do, okay?
I was like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat whatever I want.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah, so I was like, let me lose that weight again. Let me go back to being healthy. So I started losing weight.
Okay.
And all of a sudden I was like, okay, I haven't gotten my period, but you know what? I've been under a lot of stress, so it'll come when it comes.
Yeah.
And then Memorial Day weekend, my little family and I went to Laughlin.
Okay.
And normally I like to drink beer and have fun. And that weekend I really wasn't drinking. I really didn't really want to do much. And he was like, what's wrong? I was like, I don't know. I just don't feel like drinking.
Yeah, something was off.
Yeah, something was off. And then he was like, okay. So then he rented a Sea-Doo. And he was like, come on, get out. And I was like, no, I don't want to. He's like, come on, I rented it for a few hours. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I got on the Sea-Doo, but I said, I'm not getting on with you. You ride it too rough.
Yeah.
I'll get on by myself.
And go slow.
Go slow, yeah. And so I got on by myself. I rode it really slow. And I was like, oh, I don't feel like doing this either. So then I told him, I go, what if I'm pregnant?
Yeah.
And then he was like, you think? I go, I don't know. I'm feeling different.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, well, I really hope you are.
Yeah.
If you are, you are. And if you're not, that's okay too.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. So I went to the doctor. And I told her.
Same doctor?
No, actually, I went to a doctor close by in Santa Clarita.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to drive all the way to Santa Monica without knowing for sure first.
Yeah.
So to take the pregnancy test, I wanted to do both, the urine and the blood.
Okay.
So I did the urine first, and then the doctor's like, oh, what brings you in? And I told her, I'm like, I missed my period. I have a really long history with, like, pregnancy issues, but I missed my period, and it's been a couple months already, and this is not normal for me.
Yeah.
I could be, like, a week or maybe too late, but not this long. And she's like, okay. And she's like, do you want to be pregnant? And I'm like, well, I wouldn't mind, but I'd be scared. And then she asked why, so I told her to look at my history. She's like, okay, let me look it over. So she looked at my history. She's like, okay.
Yeah, she understood you.
She's like, okay, I get it. She's
Okay.
like, okay, so how would you feel if you are? And I'm like, excited but scared.
Yeah.
She's like, okay. So, well, congratulations, you're pregnant.
Aww.
And she was like, I was like, numb, like, no.
Yeah. Like, this is...
No, like, you're just saying that just to say it, just to make me happy. And I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, as soon as we took the urine sample, as soon as we did that,
Yeah.
it came back positive. So I'm pretty positive that you're pregnant right now. And then she asked me if I wanted an ultrasound.
Yeah.
And I said, right now? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I just propped myself up.
Yeah.
And she did an ultrasound, and there was my baby dancing in the middle of the screen.
Oh. Were you crying?
Yes, I was crying. I'm such a crybaby.
The heartbeat.
Yes, and she was literally dancing.
Oh.
She was literally dancing on the screen, and the doctor's like, okay, you're about 10 weeks.
Wow.
I was like, okay, that's 2.5 months. I'm like, okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
She's like, you want to hear the heartbeat? I'm like, yes.
Oh.
So she put the heartbeat on, and I was like crying. And then she's like, okay, I know you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
She's like, so don't take this lightly. Take it easy. And, I wish you could deliver here, but we're not. She started explaining, like, their whole, bureaucracy there, that they're not accepting any maternity patients yet because it's a new clinic out in Santa Clarita. She goes, but, I wish you luck and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And then she gave me my ultrasound pictures, and I called Hugo, and I was like,
we're having a baby.
Yeah. He's like, I'm so happy for you. I'm like, well, aren't you happy for you too? He goes, well, yeah. He goes, yeah.
Yeah, but you more.
He's like, more. He goes, don't worry, babe. This is it. This is it. I'm like, for reals? He goes, yeah, this is it. You're gonna have a baby. And then I made my appointment with Dr. Tavish again.
Yeah. So when you went to go visit him, what did he say?
Dr. Tavish knew my history very well at this point. He's the one that did the DNC. He's the one that did diagnosed me with ectopic. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, okay, look, you were diagnosed as, incompetent cervix. So once you get between 16 and 20 weeks, if you get to that point, we are going to do what is called a cerclage on you, which is where they like sew up or stitch up your cervix, and put you on bed rest until you're ready to deliver.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he told you this, and you were 2 months pregnant.
Yes, I was 2.5 months pregnant at the time. So I kept going to see him every 2 weeks, and luckily he was like a 5-minute drive from my work, because like I mentioned, I worked there at the time. He kept checking to make sure my cervix wasn't like opening too much. And he's like, okay. At the 16-week mark, he's like, okay, we're gonna do it this following weekend. This following weekend, you're gonna be like 18 weeks, because I turn every week. I think it was on Sundays, I believe, that I would turn like
the next week.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, so next week on Saturday we're gonna do it. And I'm like, okay. So I assumed, quick thing, just go in, and get it done, and that's it. So he's like, make sure you're fasting, and he's like, my nurse will explain everything. So the nurse told me, make sure I'm fasting, go in first thing in the morning. And, once he's done with the procedure, they just need to make sure that I can go to the restroom, and then I'll be allowed to go home. To leave and take it easy. So I did that. I was like, okay. So I went in at 8 in the morning. I was fasting. Unfortunately, he's such a busy doctor that he didn't get to the procedure till 9 o'clock that night. I was hungry. Yeah. I was starving. I was like, sure, oh my gosh. I had an IV. But I was still hungry. Yeah. I was like, I'm not feeding my baby. They're like, your baby's getting what it needs. I'm like, I'm not getting what I need. But no. So I understood after he had me, when they took me in the OR, I was awake. They did they numbed my back. Like my lower, kind of like an epidural, but they called it something else. Spinal tap. I guess it's the same thing. I don't know. And they literally had me like upside down.
Oh wow!
Like my legs were in the air, and he was standing up.
He was standing up to sew you.
To sew me, and my legs were in the air. My head was down towards the floor. So now I understood why I wasn't allowed to eat. So then after that, he's like, okay, take it easy. I'm like, okay. So like I assumed at that time that I was gonna be allowed to do like intermittent work, like go in maybe like once a week, twice a week, limited work. And he's like, no. He's like, the drive alone is too much for you. Wow. The traffic alone, the drive alone is too much for your cervix, too much pressure. You're not allowed to drive. You're not allowed to really do much. Don't be going up and down the stairs. And at the time, we lived on the second floor of an apartment.
Oh, no.
So I wasn't going to be going up and down the stairs. So I was basically going to be quarantined in my room or in my apartment until I gave birth.
So that
4 months later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But luckily, I looked at it like I'd rather be home because there was a lot of women that had to unfortunately stay at the hospital. And do bed rest there until they gave birth. So I preferred being at home.
And this is already a blessing. So
so I didn't care. Yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I could Netflix and chill.
Do everything. Yeah. Oh. So this means no sex.
No sex. That
No
is
sex.
correct.
Yes.
No
Okay.
sex. That was the number one question he had.
Yeah.
I was like, I got what I wanted.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no. So he was a trooper, though.
Yeah.
He would come home from work and he would still like
help you
cook,
Oh,
clean, do the laundry.
Yeah, because you couldn't get up.
I couldn't get up.
Mm-mm.
And if I would get up, I would get up to go to the restroom or to shower or maybe to grab myself something to eat.
Okay.
But like in the kitchen.
Did you ever find yourself frustrated?
Yeah, I was frustrated because I felt really lonely.
Mm-hmm.
I needed that interaction with somebody, and not having somebody there left me alone with my thoughts a lot.
Yeah.
So I was constantly worried about my baby. Like if I didn't feel her, I would like do stuff to like wake her up.
Okay.
But it got to a point where the doctor was like, the bigger she gets, the harder it's gonna be for her to move. So don't worry about it. You know.
Yeah. So now you're doing no therapy.
No.
Okay.
No, and
so your entire pregnancy for your fourth pregnancy, you stopped seeing your therapist.
Yeah, because at the time there was no like Zoom appointments or anything like that. So I couldn't no phone calls. I couldn't do anything like that. So I had to just stay home. So I had no one to talk to.
Oh wow.
No one to talk to. But silver lining, I have my baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's fast forward now. So you bed rest and her due date was what?
In January. So this happened in July, end of July.
Okay.
And I gave birth to her in January.
Oh wow. And your baby shower.
Yes.
So I attend your baby shower and I knew it was a rainbow theme. I didn't know the backstory of it. I didn't know what you had experienced. But I didn't even know that you were supposed to be bed rested at the time.
Yes.
So you were being bed rested at the time.
Yes.
And then you came out for your baby shower. How was that?
It was really tough on me. I don't know if you noticed, I was wearing moccasins the rest of the night because my feet were like so swollen.
Yeah.
I couldn't really wear the cute shoes I wanted to wear. And I was really tired because I was so used to just laying in bed. And just standing up and sitting down constantly was wearing me out.
I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, and that's why normally I'm very social. I like to be talking to everybody, but I just literally stayed in my chair the whole night.
Yeah.
And I had the kids open the gifts because I just couldn't really move.
Well, that's also nice for them too, right? Because they're a part of the family. They were excited,
of course.
right? And that was nice for them to enjoy.
Yes, it was nice.
It's so awesome. So let's talk about your birth.
Oh my gosh.
So you go in. Do
Yes.
you feel some sort of anxiety as you go in for the birth because you've experienced a loss
Yes.
at birth?
Yes.
So did you feel some sort of anxiety walking into the hospital to give birth? Or were you scheduled for birth? Or what was your...
I went into the hospital like at the end of December because I thought that I was going into labor, but it was just like, Braxton Hicks.
Okay.
And I was like, no, this is contractions. They're like, no, they're Braxton Hicks. You'll be fine.
Yeah, and that's common.
Yeah. I was like, no, but you don't understand. No, so I got sent home the same night. They're like, no, you're not in labor. Go home. Because the doctor, so I got the cerclage in July. He removed it at the end of December.
Okay, so it has to be removed before you go into birth. Okay.
Yes. So he removed it. He's like, you can go into labor at any point. Here are the signs. Even though you already know them, here are the signs. And I'm like, okay. So with the Braxton Hicks, I'm like, I'm in labor.
Yeah.
Let's go. And
he's
like, and he was like, nope, not labor. Go back home. So then January 2nd, I started having real contractions.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
And he was like, but your water hasn't broken yet. I'm like, I do not care. We are driving from Santa Clarita to Santa Monica right now.
Yeah.
Because there's no traffic.
Yeah.
And because I'm contracting.
Yeah.
And it was like the middle of the day. So there was no traffic. And he was just like, okay, let's go.
Okay.
And we went. And they're like, okay, well, you're 2 centimeters right now. If you're not more dilated by the night, then you're going to go home.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, no, I want her to come.
I was like, I want her to come. I wanted her to be a New Year baby, but now I'll settle for any of these days.
Yeah.
And so on January 2nd at night, they checked me again, and I was at 5 centimeters. They're like, okay, you're staying.
Wow.
I was like, okay. So then the next day, I was at 5 centimeters. They're like, okay.
You got stuck. You got stuck at 5.
Yeah. So then so that was the 3rd of January. They're like, okay, let's see how you go. Let's see what happens. Walk around. So I'm like walking around.
Mm-hmm. Did you have an epidural?
Yes, I did. Before, yes.
So you had an epidural before you hit 5, or?
No, I had an epidural. What? I was at 6. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I had the epidural that night. The 2nd, January 2nd, for when I hit the 5, I asked for it because I said, okay, if I'm gonna start going into labor, I want to have the epidural. They're like, okay, so they gave it to me. They prepped me, did it, and gave it to me. And then the next morning, they checked me again. They're like, you're still at 5. I'm like, okay.
Which is surprising, right? For them, was it surprising for them because
I had
an epidural is supposed to relax you, so it normally, or from what I hear, it speeds up your birth.
Is that? Oh, I don't know.
I've heard.
I don't
know either.
Yeah.
I've had one epidural out of 3, so
yeah. So
I don't really know that much about them.
They told me, they're like, okay, you're still at 5. Well, and then they came back. They're like, you're at 6 now. But this was like a day and a half later, and I was getting really frustrated, and they were getting frustrated too. They were like, okay, wait, we need to make sure that everything's okay. The baby was okay. She was fine.
Okay.
Which
so they
was
were
the
monitoring her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They were monitoring her, and then when I was being clumsy and moving the monitor off my belly, I was freaking out. But then they would come in and fix it again.
Okay.
So then the doctor said if I don't improve or get further into the birth, then, or further into the, if I don't...
Closer to deliver.
Yes, if I'm not closer to deliver, they're going to give me Pitocin.
Okay.
To kickstart the labor.
Okay. And for those who don't know, Pitocin is a drug to enhance the delivery.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, January 4th at night, they gave me my first round of Pitocin.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, you can't eat anymore. And I'm like,
yeah. Don't
That's
take
my
the
favorite.
Food. Yeah.
Yeah, so I couldn't eat anymore. They're like, okay, you can't eat anymore. We're going to give you your Pitocin. Okay, fine. The next day, same thing. I was stuck at 6.
Wow.
So they're like, okay, we're going to give you a higher dose of Pitocin. Wow. Do you want some more epidural? Because I already had it in my back. Uh-huh. So they're like, do you want us to give you they're like, you can push the little button. They're like, but you're probably going to want it
when you get closer.
Yeah, they're like,
delivery.
You're going to want it in a little while. So don't get trigger happy
yeah.
It's going to hurt, but don't get trigger happy right now. They're like, because it's not going to speed up the way that it flows into you.
Okay.
I was like, okay. So they gave me the second round of Pitocin, and then I dilated. I was up to 9.
Okay. Okay, that's there, almost there.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then I stayed stuck at 9. So then the doctor came in and is like, I'm gonna just break your water. I said, okay. So he came in, broke my water.
Okay.
They waited a while, and they're like, okay, you haven't improved. They kept checking me, and this was already January 5th at night, and I was really hungry, really tired.
Yeah, frustrated, and exhausted.
And the baby was fine up until that point. I guess she was positioned, and she was trying to come out.
Okay.
She was already getting in the birth canal, and her vitals started dropping.
Oh no.
So one of the nurses said, okay, we need to call the doctor.
Yeah.
And I could hear everything they're talking, but
yeah.
So they called the doctor.
Were they trying for you not to hear them? Okay.
Yes, so that made me raise my ear up even more. Mm-hmm. So they called the doctor. The doctor said, we're gonna go in. We're gonna do a C-section. Yes.
Okay.
We're concerned. We're going to go in through a C-section because we broke your water. You're still not dilating more, and the baby's now...
under stress.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So did you freak out
Yes.
Did you sort of panic? What was your reaction to the baby is under stress?
I started crying like I do with everything else. I started crying, and Hugo was just like, oh, it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Yeah, he was trying to calm you down.
Yeah.
And how fast was it for you to go into the OR?
Within a few minutes, because luckily I had the epidural already.
Okay.
So I was already
prepped. Sort of prepped. Okay.
Yes. That if I wouldn't have had the epidural, it would have been longer, but luckily I already had that. So they were like, okay, let's just take you in. They took me into the OR, and it felt like they started right away.
Wow.
As soon as like he came in, he told me we're gonna do this. He went to wash up. He went to put on his gown and everything. He went to the OR. They rolled me in there. Hugo went in there with me, and then they set up the little window thingy and started right away.
Wow.
And then I get this really funky smell, and I'm like, what's that? And then the anesthesiologist that was standing next to me, she was like, that's your skin burning. They're burning you open. I'm like, why aren't they cutting? She's like, no, because it's that's not how they do it anymore. She's like, they're burning your skin. That's what you smell. I was like, oh my gosh, it smells horrible.
Oh.
And then I was like, I feel really weak. And she's like, what? And then I like kind of blacked out for a little bit.
Oh wow. You fainted in there.
Yes, I think I did, because I remember it's kind of hazy.
Okay.
But then she was like rushing to get me some other medication. And then I woke up, and then they were still doing that, and I just felt like a lot of pressure.
Okay. I don't know what it's like to have a C-section, so
it's
a lot of tugging,
a lot of pressure, and I just felt like they were wiggling me.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? And Hugo just kept peeking over the
he was anxious.
Window. Yeah. And then they brought her out, and she started crying. And then he let go of my hand. He ran over there, and he was like,
oh my
he looked at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, go.
Yeah.
So he went to go get her.
Oh, how beautiful.
Yeah. And then he's like, she's got black hair. It's curly. She's really pink. And he's like giving me the play-by-play as they're like cleaning her up and stuff. And I'm like crying.
Yeah.
And then they brought her over, and and I met my baby.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. They had to close me up before I got to carry her, though, but
yeah. Did they bring her over to you, like, on the side?
Well, the way they do it there is, like, they really encourage skin to skin and all that. So he was holding on to her while they were sewing me up.
Oh, okay.
Sewing me up and stuff. Like, while they were doing that, Hugo had my baby.
Oh, nice. Okay, so he was holding her.
He was holding her the whole time. Like, after they checked her vitals and everything, measured her, weighed her.
What does she weigh?
Exactly 8 pounds.
Aww. She was a big girl.
Yeah, she was pretty big. Yeah. 8-pounder.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, she was healthy. I thought she was going to be bigger because I was laying in bed for so long, but I guess because I was eating healthy, it helped.
Yeah. 8 pounds is a big baby.
All that in and out and the Thai food that I had. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So what sort of advice do you have for those who are out there who feel lost, who feel alone, who feel like giving up? Do you have any advice for everyone out there?
Yes, I know personally plenty of women that have struggled with not being natural mothers. Because you could be a fur baby mom. I know it's not the same, but you want to give your love and affection to your own child, and sometimes we don't get that opportunity right away. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And if you are meant to be a mom, you will be. You just have to be patient and let it happen in its own time. But, of course, you need to do your own due diligence and take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Taking care of yourself is what, every time I got pregnant, it's because I was being really healthy and trying to lose weight. So that was, like, the universe's way of being like, bam, you want to be healthy? Here's a baby.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that taking care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally really increases your chances of having a baby, because the more you worry, you stress your body out, and that's not a good environment for a baby to be brought into.
Yeah.
So if you're meant to, and if you prepare yourself, then it will happen, if, like I said, if it's meant to be.
Yeah, if it's meant to be.
Yes.
Oh, what a journey.
Yes.
Your baby, your first loss.
Yes.
You had a name for her. You named her, correct?
Yes, I named her Giselle.
Oh, Giselle.
Yes.
And you said, did you do like a service for her, burial service?
I did.
What was it?
I did a memorial.
Okay.
I had a wake for her, which it sounds silly, but it really helped me get closure.
Okay.
Because for me, it was the end of something, and I was able to grieve that, and my family was able to be there for me during that time.
Okay.
So I had a little memorial for her, and then I had her cremated.
Okay. And so do you have her urn?
Yes.
At home?
Yes, I do.
Oh, nice.
I have her with me all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, congratulations. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
I look forward to future birthday parties if quarantine is ever over.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.